It is about 6:45 p.m. on Sunday night, and I'm trying to set myself up here so I can see who's here. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd stop in, just start a little chat here for a little while. One moment while I fix it. Okay. Having a hard time finding my channel so I can look at the comments if anyone's there. So give me a minute. It'll work out. It's been a very quiet weekend. Very nice one, I must say. After a busy week, I didn't mind. Okay. So weird I can't see anybody. I have 11 viewers. Now I've got to figure out how to get you so I can see you. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's okay, here we go. Finally. Ah!
What makes the world?
Okay, so anybody there? Say hello so I can see. Give me a big old hello shout out, please. I don't think I did it right. Okay, hi Donna. Hi Libra. Geez, it just took me forever to find so I could read what was going on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Libra. Thanks. Hi, Life Unboxed. Hi, Allison. How are you? Hi, Carrie. Hey, Pamela. Yay, shout out. Yeah, I was like having trouble finding the chat where I could watch it, but I got it. So I have done a lot of videoing in the last few days, you know, doing the little getaway thing I did. So I haven't done much. Last night we had family night, but it was quiet and I was glad. Tonight I stayed in and that's it. So I thought tonight it would be like kind of nice to talk about maybe, well, any questions that anybody has for sure. I'd be happy to try to answer them. Let's see if, you know, a few people get in here. Thank you, Donna, by the way. I've got 22 people in here. Okay. Because I was thinking about like talking about what's on bucket list, like what's on my bucket list, what's on your bucket list, because kind of a lot of things on it. Sometimes you think you'll never get to check them off. My dogs were thrilled to see me. Thanks, Libra. Yes, I was so happy. I think I was even happier to have them here. Yes, I'm watching Big Brother. I think I'm gonna just DVR it, so I'll have it for later. The trip was really nice. I mean, just getting out of this kind of land, like Texas, where I live, is flat and lots of prairie, and it's not as beautiful. Where I went was called the Hill Country. Hi, Dave. And so it was real hilly and curvy and green, a little lusher. You know, it had the river running through it, the Guadalupe River, which I'd never seen before. We even passed over the Colorado River, which is interesting too. I didn't realize. But yeah, I think my favorite part of the week it wasn't really a weekend. It was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's okay. Donna says bucket list: see the Northern Lights. That's a good one. But I think the best area that I liked was a place called Comfort, because it wasn't as many tourists, and it was really historically, all the stone buildings were beautiful, and it was just a really nice, gorgeous place. Hi, Ann. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Yeah, so seeing different parts of Texas was good for me. That's for sure. Libra says, I love Texas Hill Country. Never been there. Listen to Patrick. Tim Pone, he lives there, talks about it. Yeah, I'd never seen it either. All I really saw was this part of Texas where I'm at. And I wish we could live there. That would, it had more going on. Like the town called Kerrville, which is where the people were swimming in the in Guadalupe River. They built it up and dammed it off so that it would be a big, beautiful swimming hole. And it was just gorgeous. And that wasn't far from Comfort or Fredericksburg. So that was a nice place to go visit. It was city. 23,000 is a lot for what I'm used to. Okay, the people that were with me, Ramona and Paul. Paul's from Australia. That's where his accent is. Ramona's from Oklahoma. And like they live real close to me now. They live in a little town over. And it's so flat here. So it was so nice to kind of see big green trees, really huge trees and like hills, actual hills. I hadn't seen hills in a while. Carrie says, one of my top bucket list items is to someday visit Italy, especially the Amalfi Coast. That's a beautiful thing on a bucket list for sure. Hi, totally, Kathy. All right, let me see. And Debbie Martin says, bucket list, see the next solar eclipse. That's April 8th. Wow, 2025. April 8th is kind of a heavy date for me because that's the day, April 8th, my dad died, and April 8th, my sister passed away years earlier. Isn't that weird? Yeah. Hi, Stephanie. I'd like to see Italy. I guess let me share something on my bucket list. Well, here's one that I think I'll be able to get, and I'd like to visit the Redwood Forest. I've been close to it and never went. Libra says where we were, the real estate markets are moving. I don't doubt it. I would love to. I mean, I wish my whole family would all move there, but they won't. Easy to say, right? Yeah, bucket lists. My bucket list was to go to Ireland and England and Scotland. So that's on my bucket list, but I'm not sure about that either. And I'd love to see, I wouldn't mind seeing Italy either, and Greece. And when I was younger, I really, really wanted to do all that, and I wished I did. That's one of the regrets. And I like to not have regrets. So, unfortunately, I guess you can't do everything you want to do. But you can sure try. I've been a lot of places, so I'm appreciative of that. Yeah. And like national parks, I've been to some beautiful ones. My favorite national park is Yosemite. Also, gosh, there's so many of them. Yellowstone I've been to. Libra says she's been to the Redwood Forest. Just don't be sitting in the back seat like I did. It made me car sick. With all the twists and turns. Yeah, I almost got car sick the other day. No, I'll make sure I'm driving. Then I can handle it. I thank you, Stephanie. No, dieting hasn't been too good because I've been, on a little vacation, but I'm gearing right back into just really healthy foods without too much crap in them, reading labels, and I've got to. My Carrie wants to know what my ancestry is, and this is what I believe totally. My parents and my dad's parents, this is what's really odd. Both of the parents, so like my grandma and grandfather on both sides, were from Russia. Now, before that, I don't know, actually. Donna said she went to Europe in the 80s. Yeah, that's when I was going to go. I even bought a book. I think it was like $10 a day, travel Europe. I was like getting myself all ready for it. And instead, I got a singing job in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So I went there. What other bucket list things? Let's see. Like, I don't want to skydive, so that's not on my bucket list. I wouldn't mind going to France too. I mean, I guess traveling is one of my biggest. I'd love to. A bucket list would be to go on like a Mediterranean cruise, so that I'd have my comfort and be able to see it. Yeah, I'd like to go there too. Carrie's like, I mean, if you have never been to Europe, and I haven't, it is something I've unfortunately haven't never done. But it was nice seeing. I mean, Texas is huge. We just saw. I was really close to San Antonio. We came this close. We were gonna just like, because we paid for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday was open, so we could like either stay one more night there. We started looking at Airbnbs in San Antonio, but it was like another 45 minutes away, at least. So we didn't, but it was close. So I was actually close to Austin and San Antonio for the first time, and it looked better, and it was cool. Let's see. Libra, my son just came back from the Mediterranean, not a cruise. I bet that was nice. Hey, looking good. Welcome. I'm glad you did. We're sort of talking today a little bit about what's on our bucket list, because most of the people that follow me, we're not spring chickens anymore, you know, like, and so you've done a lot of what you hopefully would have done by now. But so we're talking about what's on our bucket list, if anybody wants to share. And if you have a question that you'd like to ask me about whatever my life has, I'm here to answer. So Carrie says, I lived in San Antonio for 2 years back in the 70s. Whoa, that's a long time ago. And Jennifer says, hello, Deb from Minnesota. Hello, Jennifer. She's 100% Polish. I would just like to see the entire United States. That's a good one. And that's very attainable, actually. Stephanie said, I have family in Rome. Wow, nice. We owned an olive grove and farmhouse that my father-in-law gave to them. So that'd be a really good trip for you to go to. Yes, indeed. Carrie wants to know if you have any pierogies. I think you meant Jennifer. Yeah, so I'm kind of a Russian. I'm pretty much Russian on, like, you know, grandparents, both sides. Same town. A little town called Minsk. And that little town now is, I think, Belarus. Yeah. This is one I could share with you too, Libra. I'd like to do this. She said, I want to go to Australia and see the Great Ocean Mile and sip on wine on a boat while it floats past Sydney Opera House at night. Ooh, that sounds nice. Hi, Beverly. Hello from Tennessee. I'm so glad you're watching. Welcome. Yeah, that does sound wonderful. Oh, yeah, I'd like to see Australia too. That's really far. And I was talking to Paul, and it's like very expensive to go to Australia. Donna said she just did the Ancestry.com. So she's waiting for results. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what would I don't think I'd find anything past my grandparents. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Libra says it to add on to her She'd like to go with a handsome man. All right, Pamela. Pamela says, I like to skydive from a cliff and experience flying like a bird. Would you try it, Deb? I don't know. I don't think so. I've thought about those big kites that fly, and that might be something I try. Skydiving scares me. I don't really like heights that much either. Yeah. So what part of Tennessee are you in, Beverly? I love Tennessee. Yeah, I love to see I love movies that show you places far away. So that's one thing I really do enjoy. I think I would have traveled even more. I mean, I've traveled almost all the United States. Really, the only states I haven't been to is Idaho and Utah, which I'd like to. I haven't been to Wisconsin. I was close. I haven't been to Nebraska or the Dakotas, nor have I been. I've been through it when I was a kid, but Kansas and Oklahoma and New Mexico. I know when I was a kid we went, but so I'd like to see all those places. Carrie said, my son had the company 23andMe send me a DNA kit last year on Father's Day, mainly English with a touch of Irish and French. Well, that sounds very handsome. I'd like to see Utah. Yeah, Libra loves Utah. I mean, I've seen it, and it looks like some place I'd like to go to. Beverly says that in Tennessee, I asked her where she was from. She said, by the mountains in a small town, Waller, near Townsend. Don't know if you've ever heard of them. No, but I used to do the medieval fair that was in, it was about 35 miles from Nashville. I forget the other towns. I would, if I heard them, I'd know them. Blanking out. So I'm glad to be home. You know, I was really looking forward to getting away, and it was so good for my head because I hadn't been out of this RV in enough for over at one night in over 3 years. So it was good to be away 3 nights. I wasn't as comfortable as I would like to have been, but it's okay. It was okay. Actually, it took 3 days just to get kind of comfortable. Libra said, I've seen all of the United States except for the Northwest Quadrant. That's a beautiful place. Washington State is, you got to see Washington and Oregon. Too gorgeous. And I've been to Vancouver, Canada, and British Columbia. I've been to Seattle, and I've been to Washington a few times, and Oregon, not enough. I'd like to get into being in Oregon a little longer. I've been to Lake Tahoe. Donna asked, anybody been to Lake Tahoe? Yeah, that's a beautiful area, and that's a beautiful lake. It's so bright blue, next, you know, with the sky and the clouds, and Tahoe's gorgeous. Oh, okay, Beverly. I actually have been through Knoxville. I camped there. I think the whole state's a beautiful state, though. Dollywood. Never been to Dollywood, though. Yeah, Tennessee's really got a lot of beauty to it. I think almost every state actually does have beauty. You just sometimes you have to like look with different eyes, you know. Okay, Jennifer says, if you could pick a state to live in, which one would you pick? Probably, I think if I could just pick anywhere and afford to be there, it'd be Northern California, close to Oregon. Or Oregon, too. Ellen says, hi, Troy, by the way. Ellen says, I'm going to Machu Picchu in Lima, Peru in October. It's a bucket list adventure, saved a long time to achieve the goal. Wow, congratulations. That's going to be magical. That's really, I've seen, you know, stuff about that. Wow, what's her name? The actress, and she's a singer dancer, older now. She did a book, and they went to Machu Picchu. Can't think of it. She's got red hair. Anyone know that actress? She used to. She thinks of, she believes in like reincarnation and wrote a cool book. Yeah, Northern California is beautiful, Jennifer. She said she'd pick that too. Oh, that's a good question, Lisa. She said, did you take photographs while you were traveling when you were singing and doing art shows? Yes. Lots and lots of pictures. Not any, and some videos. But a lot of my stuff is put away, and I need to get it out someday because it's in a big trunk. Kathy might be able to conjure up a couple of albums of us when we were traveling. Because in those days, you didn't really have your cell phone like you do now. We actually had a camera. Shirley MacLaine, thanks, Sonny. That's who I was thinking about. Didn't she go to Machu Picchu to and, you know, astral projected or something? Shirley MacLaine, good actress. Yeah, thanks, Leisure. Thanks, looking good. You guys are cool. I've been on Highway 101 in California all the way. Because when you live in Santa Barbara, you're right there on 101. The Ventura Highway. It reminds me of that song, Ventura Highway in the moonlight. Lisa, I'm going to have Kathy show me where her pictures are because I know she's got them organized somewhere. And I'll try to share some. Maybe her and I can do a video sharing some of our old, you know, we did Renaissance Fair, so we have costume pictures. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a big thing trying to put all your pictures together. Gary says, my wife and I are still going to do a 3-week road trip in the late fall. We are planning to stop by Knox City and take me to lunch. Whew, wouldn't that be awesome? Definitely do that. Wouldn't that be? That's going to be a kicker. It's always nice to make friends and then finally get to meet each other too. Yeah, that was a good band, America. I can't think of that one song, but it was Ventura Highway, I think, because it always reminded me. I lived in Santa Barbara for a couple years when I was like 19, and I was going to the city college. I was taking up space. I wasn't really doing college seriously, but it was fun, and that was Highway 101, and everybody was like it was 1969, 1970. People were getting high, and life was different. Yep. So, okay. Any more bucket list things? Let me think if I can think of one more. I really had a bucket list to, you know, travel all over in an RV, and that bucket list kind of went down the tubes. But I'm still not done traveling. I've got my next trip is going to be by myself, nobody with me, and I'm driving to the other direction to Kansas City, Missouri, and I'll go through Oklahoma. So that'll be interesting driving and staying for about 3 nights in Kansas City, Missouri, and then heading home. Carrie says Pacific Coast Highway between San Luis Obispo and Monterey is stunning. Did that a couple of years ago with the grandkids. That is a good trip. I've done that trip several times. I had when San Luis Obispo is a cool place. That's where the Madonna Inn is. I had stayed there when I got married. I was 21. And we stayed there one night on our way to Big Sur. Looking good. It says, I dream of taking the 101 and taking my spouse to see the Pacific Northwest. We recently decided that our first trial run will be from here to San Augustine. That is such a beautiful drive. I've done that drive. You just hug the coast all the way up to San Francisco, and it's awesome. Gorgeous. I had a pretty good time in Fredericksburg. I enjoyed seeing the action and traveling. Yeah, I mean, walking around and looking in stores. I bought two really cool T-shirts. I enjoyed the company. I enjoyed the food. And like I said, I wish that our place was a little more comfortable. But I did have a great time. Hi, Carlotta. Hi from Ohio. Hi, Tara. I've been on cruises, so I've done that. I've been on about 5 of them, and I wouldn't mind doing any more. I mean, that would be fun, wouldn't it? It all takes money, as everything does. You got to save it and try. I do try. Right now I'm saving money for my Kansas City, Missouri. I'm gonna go to the Irish festival there, and there's a couple ladies I'm gonna meet up with who are big fans of Vernon Kelly, which is part of Celtic Thunder, and so for 3 days I get to see 2 of their concerts. That makes me happy. Oh, I'm glad you caught me live. Thanks, Tara. Carrie, you need to add cruise to your bucket list. And if you're going to take a cruise, make sure you get a balcony. Because I don't know how people stay without a balcony on a cruise. It was the best part of the cruise. So take it from me, get a balcony. That rhymes. I'd love to be able to get, I mean, this is a dream bucket list, but I would really love to go to Europe and get on like a Mediterranean cruise and then get to see Italy or, that part of Europe. No, Beverly, I don't crochet or knit. I'm not even a good sewer. I can do other things like, I can paint, I can make jewelry. I'm a good cook, but I've never been able to sew that well or do crochet. I can do crocheting. I don't. And my mother was a really good knitter and crocheter. I don't know why I didn't ever get into it. Maybe someday I might if someone shows me how. So did you guys like my videos, part 1 and part 2? I hope they were, I know they were long. It was hard. It's hard to shorten a video up sometimes. Hi, Susan. Thank you for the compliment. Donna, there is that's a bucket list. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the train ride. There's a train that goes from, I think it starts in San Diego, but for sure Los Angeles, but I think San Diego. And it's this beautiful train that hugs the ocean, goes all the way up north as far as you want to go. So that is on a bucket list. Good, thanks, Susan. Tara says bucket list, camping in Canada. Yeah, some people like Kathy can sew. She always made our costumes for the Renaissance Fair. Not all of them, but like peasant blouses or some skirts. Let's see. Okay, Carrie says, me and my wife have discussed for years about taking the Scenic train trip across America. I prefer taking the Orient Express, though. Well, check out, I forget the name of it. Let me see if I can ask. I'll ask Google. Okay, Google. What's the famous train that goes on the West Coast, California, up north?
Here are the top search results.
It's called the Starlight. Doesn't that sound good? It's called the Coast Starlight Train. It goes from Los Angeles to Seattle. Now that's a nice trip. Carlotta says she'd like to have a fire at the beach with friends, which is always a nice thing to do. I think train trips are, I'm sure they're not cheap. They're probably a little expensive, like probably close to flying. Luke and Good says to Donna, since I was a child, I've wanted to do a train trip with a sleeping car and a dinner car and a bar car, you know. Yeah, me too, Looking Good. I actually would love to do that. That's on my bucket list. Yeah, the Starlight Cruise, the Starlight Express or the Starlight train is supposed to be awesome, gorgeous scenery, and done well. Yeah, you can do that too. That's right, Libra. You can pretty much. I even actually checked out how much a train would cost to go to Kansas City, Missouri, but it wouldn't have been convenient. I'd have to drive to like Dallas, and I don't know. So that's a good thing on our bucket list. Trains aren't that popular. I mean, I know people are on them, but I know there's a train that goes right, like there's a little town called Dunsmuir, which my friend Bonnie and her husband live. And the train goes right there. That train we're talking about goes right to their house. Hi, Linda. Big hugs back. I hope you have a great dinner. Where are you going for dinner? Anything special? Donna said her mother traveled by train a lot in the 50s. More trains than like Cary Grant, North by Northwest. I know. That's what makes you want to go on a train. Have a dinner in the dinner car and a cocktail, and then sleep with that sound. I would like the sound of a train. So that's what's going on here. It rained really heavy earlier. I did a little bit of video while it rained, and it's got gray skies right now, but it's not raining anymore. But we needed the rain, so it was a good thing. Ellen says, I love being a part of your recent trip. I felt as if I was in the back seat next to you. You're really good at sharing the experience. Oh, thank you, Ellen. God, I am so, people get mad at me because I move the camera a little too fast sometimes. And I know I do. I really do try to go slow. But sometimes something's happening if you're walking, and I need to like not share those kind of experiences. Well, I hope you enjoy your friend's home and your sweet dinner. You think that a train rocks? Susan would like to do a Rocky Mountain train trip up the Rockies. That would be, I'm sure that would be cool as could be. Carrie says, Donna, if you see the old newsreels or movies, people would dress up and to ride the trains back then. No sandals or blue jeans. Yeah, that's not the way it is today. And everybody today has a little iPad or cell phone or laptop right with them too. That's one of the things I noticed during our weekend together, because you don't really know people till you're like with them 24/7 for a few days. But it seemed like everybody was always on, their phone or their camera, which is strange, isn't it? Let's see. Libra says on that train between South Dakota and Laguna Beach, Los Angeles, that would be beautiful. It's an amazing view. The mountains meet the ocean. Oh, I'm sure. And the Starlight Express just hangs down, like goes all the way up the mountains, right on the edge of the ocean too. Yes, Donna. She's telling me, she's saying she loved the stone houses and stores and buildings that was around. I don't know. I think it's limestone, I think. I'd have to look it up, but I think someone said limestone. But what's really neat is, like, around our town here in Knox City, there's a lot of buildings that should, like, actually, like, ready to fall down. Nobody's in them. Houses that were abandoned and they're just, like, hanging out, the woods rotting. Nobody moves them. But when you're in the hill country, there's none of that garbagey stuff. So it's just real pristine. Really is. And then comfort, there were so many homes, all stone buildings with their the year, you know, the historical little plaque about telling about the houses. I really like that. Let's see. Carrie says my grandkids are always texting me. I've told them, believe it or not, you can talk on these devices. The name of the train, Susan says, the name of the train is the Rocky Mountaineer. They have dome cars to ride in, get beautiful views. That sounds really nice. That would be beautiful. Okay, so Looking Good says, a spoiler alert, I'm a couple days behind and haven't caught up on the recent trip. I just climbed onto the live when I noticed it. I'll watch the road trip next. Oh, that's fine. Susan liked comfort. Yeah, comfort was, and I mean, I wished I'd have gotten more video, and I wish we would have gone to lunch there, but we thought, you know, we thought about going to lunch in comfort because it looked like a nice place to go. And we decided we'd wait till we got to Lukenbach, Texas, thinking we'll go to Lukenbach and have lunch. We got there, there was nothing to see in Lukenbach, Texas. Claudine says, I've taken the train to New Mexico. Oh, thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. I've taken the train, I'm reading, to New Mexico from Salinas, California 3 times. Oh, nice. But one time the train didn't make the connection and we had to wait in the middle of the night for hours. Yeah, that wouldn't be too much fun. Hi, Julie. Yeah, I'd like the experience of doing the train, though. Appreciate it, Scott. You're a doll. I'm going to put that in my travel fund for the end of August. Hi, Mary. Good to see you, too. I'm glad you made it in tonight. Yes, I am saving, and I'm doing pretty good. So far, so good, towards this trip that I'm going to do by myself. And I think I'm going to stop in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the way to Kansas City, Missouri, and spend a night there. And then off to wherever I'm going to spend in Kansas City, Missouri, and enjoy the fair, the Irish fair, and spend a night on the way home. I found a very inexpensive bedroom in a woman's house in Tulsa for like $30. That's with service charge, taxes, cleanup fees. Pretty good. So what part of Ohio are you in, Scott? And hello, Ohio. I like Ohio a lot. We did 2 Renaissance fairs in Ohio for a few years. So we would go to the Ashtabula area, and then we would go to, I guess, where was it? Near Cincinnati, actually, in the country. Sonny says, if you don't go to Lukenbach, Texas without Willie, Waylon, and the boys, it just wouldn't be the same. Yeah, it wasn't the same. There was absolutely nothing there. It was a loop, and it had funky old wooden buildings that you could see that there's probably weekends where they have concerts outdoors, and that might be a whole different scene. But it's not a town. It doesn't have. I mean, it doesn't have anything in it, really. At least I didn't see anything in it. Mary's in Indiana. I've never been to Missouri, and I really love Vernon Kelly, the music. So it's going to be like, that's the only reason I'm going, really. I don't really like if I was going to drive 7-8 hours away, which is what this is, I wouldn't go in that direction usually. But to see my two favorite singers live twice, and it's not costing any extra. I think it's $30 to go to the fair for the weekend. Yes, I did the Sarasota Fair too. Oh yeah, did it until they didn't do it any longer. It was really, matter of fact, the Sarasota Medieval Fair was 2 weekends, and it was in where the Barnum Bailey's uh, building, where the circus building, but it was the grounds. It was very pretty. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I just cleaned my hair, and it always looks good until I get outside for a while, and then it gets wet, humid. A stumbling journey to freedom. Hiya. Welcome. Hi, Jackie. I will. She asked to hug my fur babies. I love my dogs. You know, that was the one thing I missed more than anything, was just having, like, Rosie's right here, and Lily, I don't know where Lily is. I think she's under the table, but I missed having them around. I know they missed me too. Wonderful, wacky women, yes. Susan said, I lived 2 years in Rolla, Missouri. Worst 2 years of my life. Nothing to do there. It is a college town, but Springfield and St. Louis was great. Yeah, I don't know, were you in Kansas City, Missouri? I'm not really worried about it because I'm just doing this Irish festival, so that's where I'll be. And then there's at least 2 ladies that I've talked to on Facebook. Both of them are going to be, of course, going to this Irish fair, and they're like big fans, big, huge fans of Celtic Thunder. I am now, but I've never, I mean, they've gone to like dozens and dozens of concerts, and they go all over the place. Let's see. No, you've never been to Kansas City? Well, I'm going to go to Kansas City, Missouri. Carrie says, is there any good barbecue places that serve brisket near you? I love Texas barbecue. Went to Louis Mueller's a couple years ago. In Knox City, no. But there's a barbecue place that you can get brisket and some pretty good stuff about 45 minutes from here in a town called Hamlin. Or else you can go to Abilene, which is an hour drive. It's not that bad when you're here. And then you can go to all kinds of places. You know, the town that I went to visit, Fredericksburg, it had a lot of barbecue places. So definitely, if you are going to travel around, go see Fredericksburg, and then you'll get your fill of really good Texas barbecue. You know, Bud's does barbecue. They barbecue their steaks on, I think they have 2 steak nights. I think it's Thursday and Friday, or yes. Patricia said, hi, Patricia. She said, I'm glad you enjoyed your break. Didn't it go quickly? It did. It took, you know, it's like the first trip I've taken, like with people I didn't know very well. I mean, you know, new people, new friends. Not drive. You know what I mean? Kind of just, I got to go along, which I'm glad I did. And they were very nice people. It was strange for me, but I got into it. I enjoyed it. I mean, you make the best of things, and I like not having some easy chairs in your bedroom. A big bedroom with just a big, huge bed. It was awful that way. And even in the living room, there was no place to sit comfortable. Yes, I do, Mary. She asked if I feel better. Oh, yeah. I was happy to come home, which is a good thing. I'm very content right now, right here. And I know I'm going away again August 31st. I'll leave. And then in November, I've got another trip. I'm going to go to Dallas. That would be a fun trip to take, is Route 66. If I can get some sort of camping system, you know, I might do that in the winter. I want to go to the RCR in January. So, because I've got some friends to meet up with. Donna says she's going to the Bourbon Trail in Bardstown, Kentucky next week. We will have a designated driver. Yeah, I like to drive, but I mean, I was nice not to have to drive, but the back seat on hills and curves, part of the time I just wanted to close my eyes, but I made it. And I made breakfast one day for everybody, and then we kind of did our own thing in the mornings, but we went to the store and got some stuff. But we did go out for like a meal every day. That was fun. I like going out. And it's not cheap. Fredericksburg is far from cheap. But it's like any other town. I mean, I would expect what it was exactly what I expected. If you get a hamburger, you know, really good hamburger and fries and a drink, it's like you're going to spend 14 bucks and some tips. So, you know, $17, whatever. And that's how much the meals were. My pizza dinner, the pizza is $8, and then I had a beer. I had a Corona Light. First beer, and I can't remember when I had a beer last. They were really good. They weren't that big. They were 10 inches. They looked like maybe they looked bigger, but I did bring some home for the next day, and so did Paul. But they were fresh in a wood oven type thing, so the thin crust, you know, not too thick. It was really good. Mine was beer can chicken with, what else was on there? I think with cheddar cheese melted and a little barbecue sauce. Well, that's good, Donna. She said I seem happier. Looking Good said, who are your RTR friends that you'll meet up with? I wish I could go. I follow so many I hope to meet someday, including me. I would well, first of all, my friend Don, who you guys have seen in my videos, he'll be there. So I would look forward to seeing him again. And I'd like to meet Aja and from what's her name of her channel? Pandemonium. I'd like to meet her. Oh gosh, I would like to meet Bob Wells and Carolyn and the family. Like y'all, like, you know, whoever watches those people, you know, those people. And of course, I hope Patrick's going to be there because I'd love to see him. Well, I'm not going to go to Slab City, Donna. RTR is Arizona, and Slab City is Nevada. I think Slab City would be I wouldn't go alone. Libra says, Debs, that Fredericksburg place celebrates Oktoberfest. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure it will be sometime in October. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go when it's real busy, because it was really busy on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You couldn't find a parking spot. You'd have to drive around and try to find one. Yeah, same tribe. Yeah, no, RTR is like in the BML, BM, can't even think. The BML, the land. out there in Arizona, in the desert. Right, the slabs are in Nevada. I thought it was in Nevada. Could be part of California, though. BLM, thanks. Duh. And I'm just drinking water. So nice today. We're going to have a nice sunset. Can you see the sunset? Let's see if you can see that. Oh, maybe not. No. That was awful. Sorry. Okay, Slab City's in California. Isn't it close to Nevada? It's near the Salton Sea. Okay. I haven't been there, so I don't know. One place I've never been to. Dave says Slab City's in the Southern California by Arizona, New Mexico border. Libra said, I lived in San Diego and never knew about Slab City. I wouldn't have gone anyway. Yeah, I'm from California. I never heard of it until I was on the RV channel. Yeah, I don't desire to see Slab City. You know, if everybody wanted to go and I was with everybody, I'd go, but man. Geraldine Payne, hi, welcome. I'm a new watcher and been binge watching. You're only up to when I left Alabama? Well, thanks. Come on in, visit. Welcome to my channel. I have done over 800 and something videos in the last 3 years. Like what? Well, I'm glad you came in. Welcome to the group. We have a friendly group that comes and chats. Yeah. Dave, where are you? I forget where you're located. Well, if you're not alone looking good and you want to see it, you should. $800 what? Right. RTR is free. Everybody can go there and hang out and camp. There's 79 people watching. That's pretty cool. Because I never announce it. I know I'm one of those fly by the seat of my panties type of girl. Yeah, we have a welcome. We have a lot of wonderful people that are so kind and follow me and my channel, and I love them all. Over 800 videos. Did you see? I don't even know what it says. I can tell you how many I have. I'll just use my phone. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't really say. I can get it on analytics. Oh, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. Overview. Let's see. Where would I go? I guess I shouldn't do this right now. Let's see. I'll do lifetime. So that's all the time I've been on. I've had over 1,183,095 views. Carrie, I'm not sure. He says, wasn't Slab City featured in the movie Into the Wild? It probably was. Thank you, Carletta. I'm not going to read that one out loud. Thank you, Geraldine. That's so kind of you. Well, I'm definitely not your average 60-something-year-old. That's for sure. It is a lot of views. Let's see if I can find how many videos. I think it was like 800 and something. I don't really know where to look. Let's see. I don't know where to look. You know what one of my biggest videos ever was that has the most views? Is the video that I did of how to make romantic banana bread French toast. That has the most views of anything I've ever done. That's crazy, right? Hey, Debbie Lynn. Hey, girl. How are you? Good to see you. Sending you a big old hug. The tastiest meal while I was on vacation, I think, was the pizza. Yeah, I would say the pizza was that good. Let's see. That's right, Geraldine. Well, I'm not your average. No. Yeah, right, Carrie. That's funny. Do you know that it really is hard to make money on YouTube? Some people have thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. I mean, 1 million subscribers. That's amazing to me. I'm amazed just having as many as I have. Welcome to the channel, you guys. A lot. I love you guys. Susan says, Debs, I'm 62 years young and I have a young mind like me, like you. Body feels the age. Yeah, yeah. My body is definitely not. My mind is like 30, 30, 40, 30, 25, 35, young. My body is not young, unfortunately. Don's my friend. I don't know if he's around right now, but he's like in his 50s and he doesn't think of my age being any problem at all. Oh, thanks, Debbie. So you're still wearing the little guitars? I got these really cute guitar earrings when I went to the Hard Rock. I was with my husband, and we had won some money, so I bought earrings. But Debbie Lynn is definitely a guitar playing, singing. So I thought I'm going to send them to her, and I did. I'm glad you still like them. Hi, Orange Tabby. I'm just like that. Exactly, Susan. I have a young, my brain's young. I don't think a lot of us don't really grow up. Carrie says he's 68, but his wife says he's never grown up. That's the same. That's what we're saying, and it's okay. Thanks, Dave. Well, I'm glad you love them, Debbie Lynn. Well, Ellen, Don is a really sweet guy. I really must admit. And he says some sweet things to me all the time. Thank you, Relax Killer. That's very sweet. Well, I think beauty does come from within because if you look in someone's eyes, that's their soul, how they carry themselves. Hi, Granny. I love orange cats. They're so pretty. Susan says, I get a lot of compliments on my turtle bracelet and my 2 necklaces that I made her. Thank you for letting me know. Hi, Timothy. Looking Good says he still thinks he's in his 20s until I catch a glimpse in the mirror. Yeah, well, mirrors are not so fun sometimes. I get self-conscious. Like, it was weird because when Paul was turning the camera on me, I felt really like totally embarrassed. Like, oh. Hi, Joey. Okay, Joey. He says he's getting his sprinkler, his misters fixed. He's going in and out. Okay. Yes, we so any age we are, really, let's talk about beauty. You know, it's something that you see in someone else because not because of how they look, because I have met some very good looking people, like gorgeous people, but then you get to know the people and they're not quite as gorgeous anymore. Like it's, you know what I mean? And then you meet someone who's interesting looking. They're not gorgeous, but they're decent looking, and then they get very beautiful to you if you know them. The dogs did good without me, Timothy. Mark and Kathy took really good care of them. Took them out for walks like 3 times a day and fed them their food and gave them their cookies. They're very nice people, Susan. Yes. They've been together 18 years. Talking about the people I was traveling with. Carrie, you're funny. Yeah, I look sometimes, and sometimes some years are like prettier years than other times. You know what I mean? Like you can just like look at pictures and say, I didn't like that look, or I look good then, you know. Hi, Joan. Well, I'm so glad y'all are here. You know, it is Sunday, and I like to do a live chat, but either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, one of those days. I love cats. I love calico. They're beautiful. I love cats just in general because they're so gorgeous. Yes, Susan. Paul's from Australia. Thank you, Teresa. I did have fun. You know, I hate being a third wheel, if you know what I mean. And even though they did not make me feel that way, they were very sweet about all of it. I just, you know, it'd be nice to have someone that you're sharing it with too. But you know, one of the things I kind of came to terms with, if I never find another mate, any other mate, at least I had one that was really perfect for me. Well, speaking of the devil, hi, Nomadic RV, that's Paul. Hi, Paul. Everybody say hi. See, Looking Good said, yes, I dated a lot of beauties who were horrible people. I was lucky enough to meet someone who has a beautiful soul, and we've been together 27 years. Oh, that's wonderful. I really wanted to be with my man for 27 years, but I only got to be with him, I guess 14 is, I knew him for 14 years. Thank you, Donna. Well, my chats are pleasant because my people are pleasant. So let's see. Susan said I went to Sydney, Australia back in '86. Loved the country. The people were really nice. Yeah, I love that. I'd love to see Australia. Barb. Hi, Barb. Lived in Kansas City for many years. It's a wonderful place. Easy to get around and low traffic. Good. Good. I'm going to spend a few nights there. Good day, mate. We were dueling cameras at one point. Carrie says, seriously, though, I've lost 40 pounds in the past 3 months. Wow, good for you. I got off the couch and now I walk 3 miles every morning at Walmart, and I'm careful with my diet. I also do intermittent fasting. That sounds like you're doing great. I'm going to have to follow you up on that. I don't know about the 3 miles in the morning. It's too hot. I feel lazy right now, and that's bad. It was hard walking um, in Fredericksburg for more than a couple of blocks. Like we'd go like down one side a block and then across and then another block, and then I was like, where's a bench? Which there was a lot of benches. It was nice. Like when you needed to go sit down somewhere, there were places to sit. Leisure says that I walk in various Walmarts too. I wonder if they talk about me in the security offices. They probably do, but they don't mind. Yes, don't tell anybody. Looking looking good. Granny says she's got an appointment with a diet doctor on Wednesday. I can hardly wait to see if I can be helped. You can be helped. That's funny. Timothy, the kitchen at the rental house was really nice. Everything worked really beautifully, and the stove was nice. And yeah, big old farm kind of kitchen, sink. There's nothing wrong with walking in Walmart. That's a safe place to walk. Hey, Walmart gets a lot of my money. How's Ramona today? Send a big hi to her for me. Paul, am I on your big TV or your phone? The house was really a sweet, cute little house. It really only needed just a little bit of stuff. Hi, Richard. I did have a great getaway. It was wonderful. Got to see a whole new area of Texas, like it was completely different than where we live here. The house was just right. I mean, it was a good size. I loved the bathroom. I took a bath in that big jacuzzi tub. That was huge and comfortable. And I wished I would have done it again. The only thing it really needed really badly is comfortable furniture. I think they've had that furniture in there way too long. Larger than life, huh? Thanks. That's right, Carrie. It doesn't rain in Walmart. Temperature's always cool. I know that there's these large Walmarts, like when I go to Abilene, and if I have to walk from one end of the Walmart to the other and sometimes back again, and I am worn out after I'm done. No, Timothy, he asked if there was a housekeeper that came every day. No, nobody came to do anything. You took care of your own stuff, but the third day they came in and got the dirty towels. Oh my gosh, Deborah. She said I'm on a 52-inch TV screen. I'm on my laptop, and I still don't like to see myself close up. Susan said we need to mention it to the owner. Hey, Paul, are you going to do a review? Because it was in your name. Make sure she knows our feelings, right? But it was, that's not too. I mean, if they got 2 easy chairs for the bedrooms and maybe a new sofa, and the dining room, we had to put pillows on the chairs because they were like, they looked really good, but they were they were these black leather like chairs, but they had no pillow in them. Good, Paul. He'll do the review for us. But I mean, the porch was really nice, and the 2 rocking chairs on the porch were very comfy, and the weather at night was just fine. There was no mosquitoes bothering us, and so it had good. The Wi-Fi was fast. Everything. The TVs were good. Like I said, the refrigerator froze everything, but I'm sure that could be adjusted. We had frozen cream. Wow, 14 laps you do. Carrie does 14 laps in the Walmart, so it's 3 miles. You're an obsessed man. The furniture was like it like as if it lost all of its softness. So all you felt when you were on the couch and on the dining room chairs was the wood, the outside, you know, like the frame. And in the kitchen without pillows, our legs would fall asleep. But once I had a pillow on the chair, I was fine. Well, you know, I guess it's not like you get what you pay for, because it wasn't cheap. But I guess for another $50, we could have gotten a little bit better place. Because Carlotta said she stayed in an Airbnb in Nashville, and it was a good experience. There was a few things they needed, you know. It was very loud, a very noisy corner, which didn't bother me that much. Leisure says when walking in Walmart, when they walk up and down the ice frozen food aisles because it's cooler. Yeah, Richard, that part of it wasn't so great. And when you have a big tall bed, it was a nice bed. I mean, they were like 4-poster beds, kind of tall and old fashioned, and no chair. It's like, I don't know. Frugal RV said she stayed at the KOA in Fredericksburg last year. And it was nice. Love that town. Yeah, it's a great place. And if you ever get a chance to go to Comfort, that's a really great little town too. Yes, Granny, I really agree with you. There were several. It was called the Immigrants. They had like a motel, and then they had like cottages, and ours was like on the corner. It was the biggest one, but it could have been like, it could have gotten 5 stars had the furniture been, you know, comfortable, and they could have cleaned a little better. It wasn't horrible, but you know, I mean, the bathtub was clean. Yeah, it's been pretty hot in this country. He said Carrie saw a lady, like an old lady, going over those frozen foods, trying to get cooler. No, Comfort had a little over 3,000 people. Lukenbach, Texas, it said population 3 in 2006. I don't know how much it's grown. It's I don't know. Yes, Comfort's beautiful. Just I wish we would have stopped there. We thought Lukenbach would have been better to stop, but no. Yeah, you know, you want to be able to like read or sit and watch TV and be comfortable. And I found myself, you know, lying on my bed and my legs falling asleep. I finally pulled one of the chairs from the dining room with a pillow in front of where the bed was, and I was like using my laptop, more comfortable. That took me 3 days to figure out. 108 degrees. Where are you? Yeah, Teresa. Big time more. Loved it, actually. Really was nice to get away. Oh, you checked the Airbnbs in Comfort? Yeah, I bet it's not cheap, but it's pretty nice. Richard said, I've seen on the news that there's a few elderly folks that have died from the heat. Yeah, if you don't have air conditioning, like I don't know how people live without air conditioning. I know people did it for years, but I have to have a cool place. And that was another thing that was good. The air conditioner, oh, okay, to buy a house. The air conditioner was really cool, really cold. And that was really good. Midland. I'm not sure where Midland is. Probably in the middle somewhere. Yeah, I bet it would be expensive to buy in Comfort, Paul, because it was such a quaint, together little town. Everybody really had pride in their homes. Hi, Raven. Welcome. Yeah, so it's been a pretty busy week for me. So Saturday, last night, we had a little family night here, and that was nice. And I was just really glad to just be with my dogs today. So that's where it's really hot. Well, we're having, I think it was like 99 today here. I like Lubbock, Texas, actually. I've been there twice now, and I do like the town, the city. Hi, Jeff. How are you? You're in Kansas, aren't you? Are you close to Kansas City, Missouri? I'm curious because I'm going to go to Kansas City, Missouri, like the 1st of September. Wichita, Kansas. How far is that from Kansas City? We have Wichita Falls, Texas. The name, Claudine, is Nomadic RV is the name of the channel. And I think it's spelled with a D, Nomadic. 3 hours. I'll be 3 hours away from you. I'm going to go to the Irish Festival, which is a 3-day affair in Kansas City. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Paul, when are you going to do a video on our trip? I'm fast, aren't I? I like edit at night late. You have a nice camera. He's got the GoPro. I know I probably should use a GoPro and a stabilizer, but heck, that's expensive stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Going to Kansas City, Missouri. Yep. That's my next big getaway. Still have 71 people watching, which I am proud of. Thanks for joining in today. We were talking about our bucket list. Like, what's on your bucket list that, you'd like to try to take it off, I know you do. A lot of work ahead. Okay, we'll be waiting. You can cut me out of it. Unless I look good. Susan, are you talking? My friends, you mean Paul and Ramona? They live in Haskell, which is another town. I'd like to go all the way to San Antonio next time. I was close. 45 minutes drive, and we would have been in San Antonio, Texas. What's Ruby Lone Star? I've never heard of Redford, Texas, or Ruby Lone Star. That's on Jeff's bucket list. Susan says African safaris on her bucket list. Seeing the Antarctica, Costa Rica, and Belize is on. I've been to Belize on a cruise. and Rotan and Cozumel. I think my bucket list really is Ireland, England, and Scotland, and possibly France, even Portugal and Spain too. Yeah, San Antonio's got Riverwalk, and it's just supposed to be really a nice thing to do. We almost did it. We had to make our decisions on whether we wanted to go all the way to San Antonio, which would have been just a longer ride home, I guess. Susan says she wants to zip line in Costa Rica and Belize. Hi, Dreaming. Hi, Melody. Welcome. So Jeff says Redford is on the border in the Big Bend. In the Big Bend, Ruby is a folk artist on YouTube. Oh, really? I've not heard. Well, that's someone new that I've heard of now. Richard said I wouldn't mind to visit Israel. That would be. That's a major thing. I would like bucket list New Zealand and Australia. That's a big bucket list. Hey, Debbie, welcome. Joe's Kansas City barbecue in Kansas City. Some of the best barbecue I've ever had. I wonder if I'll see a place like that while I'm there. I'm going to be with these two ladies, hopefully, get along. I don't even know them, but I'll probably hang out with them if they don't mind me doing my videos, right? I'd like to see the Grand Canyon, too. No, Timothy, my RV was fine. The dogs stayed in the RV. They just went over to Cat and Mark's to visit and, take a walk, and then they'd come back in here. And Susan said, I want to also do another Viking river cruise from Amsterdam to Switzerland, or a 10-day cruise. Me too. Can I go? That sounds perfect. I'd love to see Amsterdam. That's another place. Yes. Wouldn't that be a good cruise? I've seen 60 and Me, the lady that does that channel. She just did a river cruise. Looked very nice. It was so nice to talk to you, Frugal RV Gal. Check out her channel, Frugal RV. Feel free to put your channel name on there. Hey, Carla. Welcome. Yeah, I just thought this would be a perfect time to do a little chat after the weekend. And I had had several days away. I'm just really happy to be home. I slept so much better in my own bed. It's amazing. It's always good to go somewhere, but it's always nicer to come home. Does anybody have anything to share? Maybe a question or a bucket list? Something exciting? Susan's been a lot of places. Susan says, been to New Zealand, Australia, Fiji in 1986. Yes, Deb, come with me on a Viking cruise. Okay. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah, it's still hot. Right now, let's see what the temperature is. Okay, Google. What's the temperature?
The current temperature in Knox City is 82.
82, not bad. It's going to go down to 76.
In Knox City tomorrow, expect a high of 101 and a low of 76.
101 tomorrow. So it's hot. That's right, Richard, you do. I do appreciate my home after I've been gone a while. And Dorothy was right. There's no place like home, be it ever so humble. Oh, the pups were so sweet. I just missed them so much. We had rain earlier, and now it's a beautiful sunset, actually. You guys can't see it, I don't think. I'm not sure if it's going to blind you. I'll try it. No, it does not work. Sorry. Hey, Mama Five, welcome. My fur babies were very excited when I got home. I think I was even more excited than them. But it's been great having them back in my life, definitely. Sorry about the brightness. When I look at it, I'm seeing sunset, but the sun's coming right in. That's the west. Oh, thank you, Elaine. 888 uploads I've had. That's how many videos I've put out. That's a lot in 3 years. Wow. Carrie, let's see. Julie says we have flooding in Falstaff, from bone dry to flooding. Yeah, that's what the desert does. Carrie says one reason that I'm taking the weight off is my 50th high school reunion is coming up on the 22nd of September in Indiana, and I want my old classmates to recognize me. Oh, they will, and you're going to look great. Susan says, also did a Tahitian cruise in 1986. My mom and I had a 2-day layover in Hawaii. On that tour, we saw Tom Selleck. He was filming an episode of Magnum PI, and he looked dreamy. Oh, that's a good memory. He was quite a hunk. Flagstaff. That's where it's supposed to be really nice weather. What's the weather right now, like in Flagstaff? Your dad's from Flagstaff, huh, Donna? I'd like to see that area. That was a place I wanted to see. Coal Mining Mama said, are you on the keto plan? No, I'm not. I have not been on that plan for a while, although it's a good one. Some people do great on it. 62 degrees, partly cloudy. That's perfect. Looking Good says, any advice on how to simplify and get rid of the clutter to prepare for RV life? If it doesn't have more than one use and you haven't touched it in 6 months to a year, it's not going to be, you might as well get rid of it. That's my advice. Timothy, my dogs they didn't tell me that, but I think it'd be fun to have them with me. It's hard to find nice places to stay with 2 dogs. Plus, if I want to go somewhere, it's hard to leave them. I think Flagstaff is like the beginning of the mountains, isn't it? I'm sure someone out there knows the answer. I know it's cooler, so it's got to be up in the elevation a little bit. 7,000 is the foot. Is that what you're saying? Feet above sea level? That's pretty high up there. Yeah, so in the winter it's a ski town. Okay. Julie said it's the highest place on this side of northern Arizona. That's very high. That's really neat. I'd love to see it. I was my husband and I were first thinking about doing this, getting an RV and traveling. We were thinking of going to Prescott to live. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to that area. Jeff, he said he could never get rid of his waterbed, so he's stuck there, trapped there. Yeah, I haven't had a waterbed in so many years. Do they still sell waterbeds? I need to get a new bed, but I'm going to get like thick, those new kinds of mattresses that come all rolled up, and you lay it out and it goes into a bed. That's the kind of place for me. Julie says that yes, Prescott is nice elevation and they stay comfortably cool in the summer. Yeah, no, when we were trying to figure out what we were going to do, I like made a search for the best place to live, and Prescott, Arizona came up, and that's how I found it. That's nice. Nomadic RV says we spent all of last summer in Flagstaff boondocking in National Forest. Nice and cool. Right, Richard, a memory foam mattress. I haven't been on a waterbed though, and so I mean it's been ages, years and years. Carlos says true. When I traveled from Oregon to Wisconsin, it was hard with my dog. I never left him during the day alone. Went into Walmart at night to do shopping. Yeah, having the dogs, you just can't. You just can't. First of all, you can't really leave them in a hotel room either. I mean, I could for a little while, I guess, but I wouldn't want them to bark or anything. And then I wouldn't put him in a car. Of course not. Um, that's what I found when I was driving my RV in my truck from Florida to Alabama. You couldn't just, I'm going to go, do something. The dogs had to be comfortable. Yeah, I had a waterbed in the 70s too. Are you talking to me? Looking good says you said your dream home would be in Northern California, but what if you were full on nomad? Where would you keep a home base? I would never be a full on nomad. My home base right now is right here in Texas. But if I had a home base, then I could pick it anywhere. Northern California would be probably a great place to go. I've never heard of that. Claudine says, I have a tuft and needle mattress. It's like a memory, but it's cheaper. Oh, no, I haven't heard it. Carrie says Sedona, Arizona was my favorite city in Arizona. I'd like to see Sedona. Jeff says his waterbed is 75 degrees, very cool. Yeah, I bet it would be. If you didn't have a pad on, they could. I think waterbeds can drain your warmth out of your body. I've never heard of that one, Granny. She said the My Pillow guy has a mattress topper. Does anyone know how it is? I don't know. Carla said, "How long did it take you to travel to Alabama?" Well, I kind of took my time. I left the Tampa Bay area and I stayed in RV parks and campgrounds, like 4 of them before I got to Alabama. So it took me way longer than most people. But I wanted to see where I was. I stayed 2 days in one place, so it took me 4 days. Thank you, Ellen. I'd like to see Sedona. I have heard, and I've heard Santa Fe would suit me too. So I'd like to see Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Sedona. Daryl asked, "Do you get SSI?" I get Social Security. I don't know what the I stands for. Hi, Marcy. Yeah, Alabama's very humid, just like Florida. But I did like Alabama. I was there like 9 months, something like 9 or 10 months, and it was a pretty area. All the nice places take money, Libra. It does. No, I'm not on that. I'm not on welfare, no. Nope, just Social Security because I'm older. Yeah, I'd like to see Sedona. Maybe sometime in the future, not that far ahead, not that far of a future. I'll get to go there. Timothy said at least the dogs did not have to go to a boarding kennel. No, while you were gone, that would be expensive and they wouldn't be happy. They were very happy with their Auntie Kathy and Uncle Mark. Susan said, when I remember as a child when we stayed at hotels, they had the magic fingers where you put money in the machine at night and the bed would vibrate. I remember that too. It was a cool thing. I know kids loved it. I have Social Security. I don't use it. I don't call it anything else. February is a pretty nice time in this area, Mama. Yes, Daryl, that's right. 62 or older, you can get Social Security. Julie says Santa Fe is one of the prettiest places I've ever seen. Just the way everything sits is beautiful. I'd like to see that place. That's right, Carrie. Carrie says, Susan, you know you're getting old when if you've ever stayed in a motel where all the walls and the ceiling were knotty pine. Granny said they're going to be changing the rules for Social Security, that you're going to need to be 70 to get it. Right, Jeff, I am. I'm on a retirement, not disability. Hi, Joey. Thank you. I enjoyed being away. I really did. Thank you, Marcy. It was such a good change, and I loved seeing just a complete different kind of terrain. It was hilly and curvy and lots of big trees that you don't get really right here. Yeah, I don't get that nomadic. Mm-mm. Well, I tell you what, I don't know what I would do without it, and it was a really good thing that I was married too, because I got half of my husband's, or I really wouldn't have made much. Because didn't pay that as much into it, but he did. Right, Carla? So, anyway. Richard asked if West Texas is kind of deserty. I guess a little bit like high desert, but it's got it's kind of like flat. Um, there's lots of cotton grown, certain kind of grains in cotton and wildflowers and lots of what's the name of those trees that are everywhere on the side of the road? You know what I'm talking about, Paul. Oh, it's a kind of wood that you burn. Mesquite. There's mesquite trees everywhere. There's pecan trees everywhere here. It's not bad. It's, you know, it gets brown like this time of year. If you don't have rain, then everybody's ground is brown. Thanks, Carla. Yeah, Carrie, I took mine at 62 also. I've never heard of Bastrop, Texas, so I wouldn't know. What is East Texas like? East Texas. I don't know. I'm lucky I've been this part. I'm so glad I got to go almost to San Antonio so I can see now a little part that I've never seen before. Yes, Mama, please definitely hit the notification bell and give me thumbs up too, because that really does, it does help. I got to tell you. That's the only way I can make a little bit of money for eBay for YouTube, is just having people give me thumbs up and lots of views. And I appreciate it. Yeah, I love trees, Carla. I talked about Alabama because Alabama had some, it was kind of hilly and it had lots of trees that would cover the streets. We don't have that too much right here. You see oil wells everywhere in Texas. Yes. Very nice people, Debbie. Yes. I wouldn't have gone had I not thought that. It's different when you get to know people. You know, you get to know them better when you're with them a longer time. Right. Granny says that West Texas is considered semi-arid. Anyway, we're having a discussion on Social Security and disability. I'm just on regular Social Security. Let's drink to that. Thank God for that. Like, we all paid in to have Social Security, so they're not giving you anything. It's not welfare. It must be a little town. I've never heard of it. Yeah, it's flat. It's flat. It's got lots of wind. Kind of typical of Texas, this area. Yes, Carla, I do. I miss Chico and I miss Patrick. Um, Patrick he's traveling. Someday I hope he stops here. And Chico, he's traveling in heaven now. He's missed. What's Hippie Hollow, Snow? Have you been to Hippie Hollow? I don't know. Right, Granny. We pay for our health insurance. It isn't free, like a lot of people assume. No, I have to pay. I have to pay insurance every month. Hi, Dwayne. Well, I don't think it would really, I can't call my trip an adventure trip. It was more of a leisure trip in the sightseeing. Well, I'm glad you started watching then, and I'm glad you stuck with me. And every year is a little different. You know, all of us are, we all go through changes, and whatever I go through, you guys are going to go through with me. Right, Susan. She said she's been paying into it for 42 years. Yeah, me too. I paid. I didn't make a lot of money when I was working for myself, like playing guitar and singing. But thank the Lord, I had such a good husband, and when he passed, I got half of his. And that made it better. How far am I from El Paso? Okay, Google. How far is Knox City to El Paso, Texas?
Knox City is 497 miles away from El Paso by car.
7 hours and 20-minute drive to El Paso. Yep. Texas is huge. I've been to Montana. Yes, I have. Well, I hope they're approved for you, Jeff. My husband was a Vietnam vet, and I tried to get, because he died with an Agent Orange on the listing, you know, of what he died from, but they turned me down. Yeah, that's far. 496.8 miles just to go to El Paso. If you look at the map, I'm going to open a map up. Yeah, Texas is like giant. There's all kinds of stuff to see here. Yeah, big old place. I'd like to go to New Mexico. After I do the trip to Kansas City, Missouri, and in November I'm going to go to see Celtic Thunder in Dallas, and I might do a little visit with a couple people there. Then I want to do the RTR, and I'd like to go. That's when I want to go to Santa Fe and even maybe Sedona. Daryl said a spoonful of Nutella makes me happy. Yeah, that would make me happy too. But one spoon wouldn't be enough. Yeah, I heard they denied like 3 times most of the time with Agent Orange. I had everything. I applied with the help from what's the name of my husband belonged to I can't think of the name. It just didn't work. Susan, years ago I visited my aunt who lived in a 55 plus trailer park in McAllen, Texas. First time I was in town. I don't know where that is either. There's so many towns. Really. I thought Lukenbach, Texas was going to be a pretty big town. I guess I could have read about it before I went. Then I wouldn't have been disappointed. You would keep trying if you were me, Snow? Oh no, I'm not trying anymore. I'm done. I tried. I did. I went through the first time and was turned down, and then tried to resubmit it, and it just didn't. It wasn't. It didn't go through. Yeah, that would have been so good. I mean, the benefits for that is really good. When I first, like, even in Alabama, actually, I still was working on it. What's kudzu? I don't know what that is, Gary. He said, I was traveling today in Alabama, and the kudzu was covering everything. I have no clue what that is. I think they try to break us down, you know, when you're trying to do something with the government. They just turn you down and turn you down until you wear out. And that's what I did. I said, fine. And I don't even really want to get into why they turned me down. It's too aggravating of a subject. It's a vine. Oh, okay. I was close to the Alamo, Terry. Terry said, have you ever been to the Alamo? It's very emotional being there and the Riverwalk. Yeah, that's where I'd like to go, but I didn't. We were like 45-minute drive from there. Didn't go. I don't know why I never heard of that kind of kudzu. Kudzu? Right, Richard, they do, and they warn me out. I don't remember seeing kudzu. Carrie says you can almost watch it grow. Crazy. Right, Libra, that's exactly right. The worst thing is seeing veterans trying to get benefits. They make them wait so long, they hope that they'll pass away first. Yeah, it's a pretty sore subject, actually. Thank you, Snow. God bless you back. Have a really great week. It was brought in from Japan to combat soil erosion in the 30s. Oh, okay. It's live. We're live. Yeah, I know. It ticks me off too. It's a sore subject, really, when you've tried to do everything they say and they make you run circles around and just you know, I couldn't do it. I had to go on, you know. We've got 77 folks watching. I was talking earlier about bucket lists. Anybody have anything they want to share on their bucket list with anybody? Going on a river cruise, that would be a bucket list also. Wonder how long I've been on. Can't tell. Hi, Kathy. A teardrop camper. Yeah, that would be a nice thing. That's on Jeff's bucket list. It's helped. Having the live chats help, and people that watch the advertising for us helps us. Yeah, all of it goes together. Thumbs ups help. I thought about, oh, maybe I could do like a Patreon thing, and then what I would give is like certain levels I would give a monthly piece of jewelry to. That was weird. That went in my head and then out again. Libra said, in the perfect world, we could have an RVDebs meetup. Well, maybe someday. I mean, we could, I definitely want to go to the RTR. I don't know if I could sleep in my truck. I'm really not sure what to do about that yet. I want to get some sort of way to camp. We'll see. Yes, it does, Richard. I think they count views, how long somebody watches your channel, thumbs ups, even thumbs down, I think. It doesn't count against me, Grace, at all. But the more that people, I know it's hard to do. I believe me, I do. But if you listen to the advertisements, I think that really helps other advertisements want you. I'm not even sure. All I know is the more that happens, the better I do. Thank you, Carla. Aw. I've been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and spent the night in a bed and breakfast with my husband, and that was really romantic. We just stayed one night. That's the best part of Yellowstone. If you're going to go to Yellowstone, the Jackson Hole area is the prettiest. I don't know. I might do something like that because I have a brake controller and stuff. I really think there's a combination of everything. Thumbs up, all that stuff adds up. And watching the advertising is the biggest thing. Yep. I enjoy having. Timothy wants to fly on a A380 double decker. All right, that sounds like fun. I don't have an Amazon link. I've heard other people use them. Yeah, I know who Rusty is. Rusty 78609. At one time, I did apply for the Amazon affiliate, but I didn't know how to put the link in, and I just wound up not doing it, which is bad. I watched his video on Fredericksburg. That's one of the videos I watched. Coal mining, Mama, are you inviting me to travel with you? Says we could rent an RV. Opening the account was easy. It was the putting the link in. I didn't know how to put the link in. Yeah, there's a channel. What's it called? Socialblade.com. You can put the channel in, and it tells you what the average person makes. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Beverly. She said she enjoyed coming along on the mini vacation. Well, I appreciate you guys coming along and watching the videos. I mean, I've been having a lot more views, and I'm so appreciative. Yeah, I'd have to figure it out. A lot of people make a lot of money on YouTube, but a lot of us don't. You have to, I don't know how they did it. Maybe it's because they started years ago when it was new. I think my grade is C+ on Social Blade. Thanks, Carla. Yeah, my biggest, if you look at my like biggest viewed video, it's on making a romantic banana bread French toast. That was my most viewed. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Most viewed. Let's see. I don't know. Most viewed. The last 28 days, my biggest seen video was an update intimate chat, just plain talk, I guess. 27,000 people watched that. So think about it. I mean, when I first started YouTube channel, I got so excited when I had 100 because I just pictured 100 people in front of me thinking, wow, that's a lot of people. And then when I got to like 500, I was like blowing my mind thinking 500 people are like looking at what I do. And then I got to 1,000 and I like was like, holy cow. And now I'm right close to 4,000. I like to cook. I just, you know, it's so hot. In the winter, it's better to cook. Spring and autumn, but not summer. Who's Daisy? There you go, Timothy. He said if he gets married, he's going to make his wife the romantic banana bread toast. Well, you don't have to get married to do that. Helen says she watches me the mostest. I think it's a great word. Yeah, I don't know how to do that either, Carla. I'm sort of self-taught. I am not sorta. I am self-taught. What was that you got to review? I didn't even review it. They sent me a pressure cooker, one of those big hot pot pressure cookers that are new. It's sitting in the garage. I just couldn't get into it. Daisy from above. Don't know Daisy from above. Yeah, but Jeff, how do you know that, really? How do you know that? We can all say whatever we want, but YouTube does its own thing. Thank you, Grace. She said I've come a long way and improved greatly over the last 2 years. Fun to watch your chats. Thanks. I try. Above in the chat bar. What's Daisy? Trying to figure out what you mean. Yeah, when it's cooler, I'll do some cooking videos for sure. Sometimes when I'm cooking, I'm like thinking I should show the camera. I should, and then before I know it, I don't. I got it that you meant long. Hi, Gordon. The bell didn't ring. How dare that bell? Because I've been on for a long time, it feels like. What is it? It's almost 9. I think I got on. I don't even know when I got on. Let's see if I can find out how long I've been. Does it say? I have 75 viewers now, but it doesn't say how long. I had to put the fan on. I was getting warm. I don't think I'd want to live like that, Susan. She said she watches another channel where this lady reviewed the cook pot, and she was really she liked it. She lives in a pay week-to-week hotel. I'm doing great, Gordon. How you doing? I always think background music while someone's talking is kind of irritating. I like to put music on when I'm just doing like a slideshow of, photos. That seems to me more comfortable. And you can't please everybody. That's one thing I've noticed. Some people will say the music's too loud. If I was talking and there was like music in the background. 2 hours I've been on. Wow. Yeah, it says 2 hours. No, I'm not tired. I'm pretty rested. It's I should turn my air down a little bit because it's really not that cool in here. The fan is like on me, so then my eye starts to just like tear up. I put like I play the instrumental stuff. It's free. It comes with my editing program for the ends of my videos. But if I was to keep music on all the time, I think it's irritating. Do you guys agree that it gets irritating to hear music behind someone that's talking? Yeah, I think I need to bring my air down a drop. Right now I got a fan blowing at me. You love the background? I mean, this background? Hey, Paul, take care. Keep in touch. Carlos says no to music. See, I think the same thing. A lot of times I'll hear people talking in their video and there's like music in the background low, and it's sometimes bothers me. That's what I agree, Libra. Thanks, Donna. Have a good week. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the video. I'm going to watch Big Brother is what I'm going to do because it's been recorded. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, I've had that for a long time. I am going to get my paints are right here. I'm going to start painting. Matter of fact, this week, because this is the way if the only thing I can do to make extra money is paint, make jewelry, and show them to you, and hopefully sell some. I need to thank you. That's how I feel, Claudine. With music in the background, I don't hear the people talking that well. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks, Coal Mining Mama. Thanks, Michelle and Julie. Yeah, it annoys me too, Julie. So you can see that's the way I feel. Yes, I'm going to watch Big Brother. Yeah, a lot of people like the sounds in the background. Thanks for coming in tonight and sharing some time with me. Really did appreciate your company as always. And give me a thumbs up tonight, please. Thank you, Richard. And Beverly too, no music. Okay, see? I do too. I like Sam. She made a really cute little robot, didn't she? Okay, I got that's what I thought about the music too. It was glad to be seen. Thanks, Ellen. I really appreciate all of you. You're all friends. Thank you, sweetie. Jeff, take care. Hope you get what you're, waiting for real fast. The doggies send their love too to all of you. Until next time, peace out, my friends.